Welcome to Chapter 3, and in Lesson 1 we're going to start off by reviewing something that many of you are probably used to by now called the coordinate plane. Okay, and what the coordinate plane is a plane that is formed by two number lines. Okay, so we'll have an x-axis and a y-axis, and they intersect. Okay, now you might have heard the coordinate plane be called the Cartesian plane also before. And the reason for that is because it is named after the mathematician who founded the coordinate plane. His name was Rene Descartes. And the purpose of the coordinate plane is so that we can order pieces of information in a specific way. So in a y direction and in an x direction. Okay. So like I said, the coordinate plane is formed by two number lines that intersect. Okay, so we'll have the x-axis, which is a number line. Okay, we have our negative directions to the left and our positive directions to the right. I'm going to go ahead and zoom in here. So this is referred to as our x-axis. Okay, and the x-axis runs horizontally from left to right. Then we have our y-axis. Okay, and the y-axis is also just a number line, just tilted to the side, tilted up and down, and it runs vertically from up to down. Okay, these axes meet at a specific point here in the middle, and this point is called the origin. Okay, this location is also known as 0, 0, and we'll talk about that more when we start getting into plotting points. Okay. So it's the 0 location on this x-axis number line, and it's the 0 location on the y-axis number line. Okay. Now, because these two number lines meet at a point and create perpendicular lines, it divides our coordinate plane into 4 parts. Now, these 4 parts are called quadrants, and they're labeled a little bit differently than most people would expect. They start here. This is quadrant 1. And then from here, they move counterclockwise. So this is going to be quadrant 2. And they are written with Roman numerals, so you can't just write 1 and the number 2 and number 3. Get used to using your Roman numerals. Quadrant 3 and quadrant 4. Now, like I said, a lot of people don't normally expect it to start in this corner and go in this direction, but the reason that quadrant 1 starts in the upper right-hand corner is because this is all the positive values for the x-axis and all of the positive values for the y-axis. So we start quadrant 1 in the positive quadrant, I guess is what you would call it, and then from there we go counterclockwise to the negative x values, positive y values. And then we go down here to quadrant 3, which is going to be our negative x values and our negative y values because we go down on the y-axis. And then quadrant 4 is going to be our positive x values and our negative y values, okay? So this will help you to see where points are supposed to be or where they belong when we start plotting points also. Okay, and like I said before, if I forgot to point this out, these are called quadrants because quad means 4. Okay, the prefix quad. Now, an ordered pair is 2 things here. A pair, which means there's going to be 2 of something. And ordered, meaning that they need to go in a specific order. And that order is that your x value will always come first and your y value will always come second. So x, comma, y. Your x value tells you how far to move left or right, positive or negative. Positive obviously goes with right, left with negative. And then your y value tells you how far to move, either positive, which will be up, or negative, which will be down, because the y-axis runs up and down. So now we're going to come down here to the bottom of our page, and we're going to practice plotting some points. So I left the table open. I didn't choose any x or y values yet, and I'm just going to randomly kind of pick some numbers with no rhyme or reason, just so that we can start plotting some points. Okay, so let me make sure that everything is visible on the screen. Whoops, let's zoom out, go back out. So let me see here. We're gonna start with, excuse me, 3, -2. Okay, so we're going to plot this point. We have an x value of 3 and a y value of -2. When you're plotting points, you always want to start here at our origin. That was one of our vocabulary words. Very important that you memorize these vocabulary terms and you know the parts of a coordinate plane. Okay, so we're going to go +3 along our x-axis. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, and then we need to go -2 for our y value. So negative is a negative direction, obviously. So we need to go down 2. Make a point here. Okay. Now our ordered pair for this is going to be, remember, it needs to be inside of parentheses, 3, -2, and that is in which quadrant? We want to know which quadrants. So let's pause here for a second and go ahead and label our quadrants. We have quadrant 1, 2, 3, and 4. So the point that we just plotted is going to be in quadrant 4. Okay, let's try another one. Oh, let's throw some zeros in here. 0, 5. Okay, so let's start at our origin, and our x value is 0. So do we move left or right? Neither one. 0 means that you're going to stay right here in this spot, which is coincidentally on the y-axis. Okay, so make sure you remember that. And then we need to move along the y-axis, +5, okay? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Put your point right there. And this is going to be ordered pair 0, 5. And which quadrant is it in? Well, right now it's not on either quadrant, so I would just call this that it's on the y-axis. Okay. There is probably some other name for it, but I'm just going to have you guys, if it's on one of the axes, just write it there in that line, okay? Or in this spot. Okay, let's see. -6, -4. Okay, so we're going to, again, start at the origin and go -6. So that's going to be the left direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we need to go -4. So that would be the down direction. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And now we are in our third quadrant, and don't forget to write your ordered pair -6, -4 inside parentheses. -9 and 7. Okay, so let's plot this one also. We need to go negative in the left direction. 9 units. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Then leave your pencil here and go up +7. That's right here. Okay. So our ordered pair is -9, 7. Close your parentheses. And we are in quadrant 2. Oh, let's do another one. What if we are at 0, 0? Well, that's going to be, like we said before, right here at our origin. So your quadrant, I just want you to write origin. And your ordered pair will be 0, 0. Okay, so this will always be the location for the origin. It will never change. So anytime you have a point plotted at 0, 0, you are at the origin. Okay, I'm going to give you 4 more random values for your x value and 4 more random numbers for your y value, and I'm going to have you finish plotting the rest of these on your own. Don't forget to answer your WISC questions online, your summary questions, and I'll see you guys in class tomorrow. Here are the rest of your problems.